Well, hello everybody, it's EK from EK Corner Designs, and I am sneaking in today with a Halloween treat. I am about to couple up a bunch of little monsters. Recently, actually a couple months ago, I created this Boo Baby Monsters card, and then just a couple weeks ago, I did the same thing with their brides. Now, in a special 4-part feature for Oddball Art, I am pairing them up and creating couples. So today we are focusing on Frank and his bride, and it cracks me up because in my mind I see the Boo monsters and I'm like, oh yeah, sure, they're very mature looking for little baby Boos. And then I think of the women and I'm like, yeah, they're great. And then I pair them together and it's just proof again that girls mature faster than boys. Because all the Boo baby brides are definitely more mature looking than the Boo babies monsters. But it's been really, really fun pairing up the 4 sets and creating little couples out of them. So today I am focusing in on the Monster of Frankenstein and the Bride of Frankenstein, which doesn't work out if you know that Frankenstein is the doctor. But alas, we're making a couple. And I wanted them to definitely feel like they were from the same origins. So I used the same collection of green Copics to color them, except for Frank got a one step darker in everything than the bride did. So yeah, she's a little bit lighter, he's a little bit darker, but it's definitely the same green family. I'm giggling because I know I messed up on some of his facial shading, and I don't care because he's just such a happy looking little guy. If you haven't seen this collection, they started off from Oddball Art as Friday freebies. Every Friday night, Oddball Art puts out a newsletter, and in the newsletter, there is, in fact, a free digital stamp. And I believe Frank was one of the first ones, and then a couple weeks ago, Bride came out. Now, the set has been expanded, obviously, to 4 brides and 4 Frank, 4 brides and 4 monsters that are all available for purchase together in the hello English, in the Oddball Art shop. And I took those 2 sets and literally spliced them up and using a ping instead of a JPEG, layered them so that they could be coupled up. I, in hindsight, should have probably turned the Bride of Frankenstein towards Frank because and had her look at him, but I kind of like the indifference she's got going on with him. Like where he's all excited about his little bride and she's like, not so much. The happy hauntings sentiment I actually use on all 4 of the cards I made using these characters, and it's part of the collection from the Boo Baby Monsters, which, I don't know, I thought was fun. For the hair of the 2 monsters, I knew I wanted them both to be black, but I didn't want them to be the same black. And needless to say, I don't color black ever unless I'm trying to create a void of nothingness. The black Copic marker is just too black. It is the depths of nothing when you use it. So I use the W9 or the C9 and create a grayscale with those 2 markers. So I knew I wanted something like that, but I didn't want them to have the exact same tones of hair. So she got a more pristine color of black. She got that blue black, which is the cool blacks have more of a blue undertone, where Frank got the more red blacks with the red undertones and the warm grays. And I really love how they have very distinct feelings to them based on using the different grayscales. Now, I'm going to have to apologize. My head keeps popping into frame. I'm using a new mount. I've upgraded my camera recently, and I'm still figuring out some of the nuanced flaws in all of this. But, so the tip of my hair keeps peeking in, and I'm sure I have very curly hair. My very curly hair is popping into the frame, so I apologize. For their clothing, In the same way that I wanted their skin to have that same feeling, I wanted them to be kind of matchy-matchy with their clothes without being matchy-matchy. I didn't want to use the same tones of purple. And why I went with purple, I'm not really certain, except for I didn't want black. And purple seemed like a great muted kind, like, if you do purple right, especially Copic purples right, they can have a gray undertone. So I used two different collections of purples to create their outfits so that they would have their own individual feel and yet go together, that they would match, for lack of a better word. Now, if you're catching this on Friday night before Halloween of 2018, I want to go ahead and give you the heads up that Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, a brand new video featuring the other three couples is going to come out on my blog and my YouTube page, and then linked through Oddball Art. So make sure you come back each day to catch a new character and their coupling, because it's really been fun coloring them all up. And like I said, you learn how much quicker boys mature than girls. The final thing I did was I wanted to pop the sentiment out, so I outlined it a little bit in some yellow Copic marker just so it had kind of that glow to it. Otherwise, this is my card. It's quick, it's simple, and yeah, it's a lot of fun to color. I trimmed everything up and backed it with some Halloween themed paper, added a little glossy accents to the eyes so they had kind of a glazed look to them. And yeah, if you don't want to miss the next 3 parts to this 4-part series, make sure you hit the dragon, which will subscribe you to my channel. And of course, give me a thumbs up if you like what you're seeing. Thanks for watching today, and, well, happy Halloween!